I already made a few videos talking about how Terraria, a 13-year-old indie game, is removing gender. Not even these old indie games are safe. Terraria is one of my favorite games growing up. I don't play it anymore, and I'm definitely not going to be in the mood to play it anytime soon. But of course, every single time one of these corporations pander to these nasty, mentally ill, gay, trans, whatever you want to call these freaks, those weirdos from that community start to attack people like me who call it out. Because nobody wants this nasty shit in their game. These are replies to the original tweet that started this whole thing, talking about the update and the different changes in the UI. And here's the first reply, and it says, "Can you guys shut up about all your favorite games are f***ing woke and always been woke? Stop trying to spread information that they are being infected or maliciously edited. You're just old." No, we're not going to stop because it keeps happening. Nobody wants this. The 99% of people do not want this. And this is being infected by activists who do not play games. We've seen examples time and time again of games that pander to these weirdos and those games flop. They fail. There are so many examples, especially games that work with Sweet Baby Inc. That game company, that consulting company, Sweet Baby, is a kiss of death. Every time a gamer sees that name on any game, that game is dead. Now, there might be a few outliers like Spider-Man, because it's Spider-Man, it's gonna make money. But we see so many examples. I have a whole Sweet Baby playlist on this channel. So no, we are not gonna stop because we don't want this nasty shit. It's disgusting. You're pandering to the mentally ill freaks of society. I don't know why every company all across society wants to do this all of a sudden. You can say ESG funded, activists invaded the company. Whatever it is, people don't want it. And if it's getting old, why don't you shut the fuck up about it? If it's so old, you don't want to have a mental breakdown about it. And this they them creature went on to say some more shit, and we'll read the profile page later and you won't be surprised about what's in it. And the second tweet says, "This game has the fucking gender change potion. Do you think the woke is systematically climbing its way to the top of the Terraria chain of command to implement pronouns and masculine women? You're just trying to find any excuse to be mad. I doubt you even played the game." I love how these retards be like, you don't play the game? How do you even know that? Maybe you're talking about that specific person individually, but other people who call out this stuff in these different games have a history with the game. That goes for YouTubers. If they complain about something specific, they're probably a fan of it. If they weren't a fan of it, they would just tell you straight up, "I've never played this game. I'm not the biggest fan." So I don't know why these queerdos keep using that excuse. Secondly, about the gender change potion. Many different games had that mechanic. I think even Minecraft had something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But this is different. It's removing gender, retard. That's different from changing it. The reason they had the gender change potion is because you don't want to just make a whole new character if you want to play as a female if you're already playing as a male, or vice versa, because you will lose your max HP and your max mana. You don't want to waste time getting the hearts underground to get that shit back. Then you got to get the jungle hearts. And then if you want to increase your mana in Terraria, you have to get the falling stars at nighttime. Hopefully they drop. People didn't want to do that if they just wanted to feel like playing as a female. That's why that mechanic is there. If this gender change potion mechanic is already in the game and always have been, why even bother doing this update and removing gender? Think about that. Because it's political. Non-gender, non-binary, trans shit, whatever, all this fake shit is political. A lot of games are doing this. But whatever, this retard can go on a meltdown, and this creature went on and wrote like 3-4 more tweets. I ain't reading all this shit. And like I said before, we're gonna look at this weirdo's Twitter profile. And here it is. And it says, "Hi, I'm Isabel, 17, so it's a dumb fucking kid. I don't know why your parents let you be on the internet like that. Kids shouldn't be on the internet, but whatever. Some European flags. She, they, it." Yes, the creature is actually calling itself an it. So I don't know why some of you weirdo trans find that offensive if y'all literally it creatures. Incredible, incredible. Let's continue reading. "Autistic, gender fluid lesbian." And the rest is just whatever garbage. I don't care. See, this is what I'm talking about. These are the weirdos that companies are trying to appeal to. What the fuck are you gonna get from an autistic, gender fluid lesbian? Some dumbass, retarded, queer kid on the internet having a meltdown, writing 5+ tweets about Terraria. Oh my god, these chuds, these snowflakes. They shut up. Why we have a gender change potion? Oh my fucking god, why do you keep saying this? Like, these are the facts you try to appeal to? Like, come on, companies, are you that stupid? A gender fluid? What the fuck is a gender fluid? How are you fluid? Are you a liquid or something? What does that even mean? Like, you just transform and just flip and flop and turn around into a new gender? What the fuck is gender fluid. So you just 1 minute you change, 5 minutes later. What the fuck is wrong with these people? These people are literally retarded. This thing literally said it's autistic. Okay, that's a retard disorder. This is what you want? This is what you want to appeal to? You don't want to appeal to people who actually got money? Maybe the 30-year-old man with a whole family that can afford to buy a bunch of video games after he took care of his family and his kid and his wife and everything? No, people with actual lives, not these queerdos that stand for all these gay games. Oh my god, I'm gonna support this game. We love this game. They don't fucking buy it. We've seen this time and time again. This game doesn't have to worry about it. It already sold 60 million copies, one of the biggest games of all time. But other games that are coming out that are brand new, you come out the gate swinging for these activists, you are dead on arrival. It's just funny to me. But I have another tweet from another weirdo to look at. And this is another reply to the original tweet. And it says, in a game like Terraria where there's no difference between male and female, who cares if there's a gender to choose? The culture war is the stupidest thing ever. Why do people give a shit? But why do you give a shit enough to even comment this in the first place? I find that so funny to me. You see retards like that even in my comments on why do you care? Why the fuck do you care enough to comment though? Did you ever ask yourself that question? If it's not a big deal, then why is it a big deal enough for you to even say that in the first place? If it's not a big deal, then shut the fuck up. And again, if there's no difference between male and female characters, why even bother changing it? Why even bother making this update in the first place? So many questions, right? If you saw the previous video I made on this, you would have saw that the developers were gaslighting the fans, were attacking the fans who were asking questions about this update. Go watch that video. So this retard right here, why don't you go ask the developers that? Why change it if it's the same? The typical fucking gaslighting for these queerdos. And the second part of that question, why do people give a shit? Because we know that entertainment is used to indoctrinate the masses. That's why the culture war exists. Stop playing dumb. Maybe you are a dumb kid. We'll look at his Twitter profile in a moment. The culture war exists because we see the obvious. Companies want to use entertainment to indoctrinate people into being far left activists. We did not start the culture war. Let me explain it quickly for this retard. We noticed that entertainment is being used to push these ideas. A lot of people on the internet got started by calling out Star Wars. But what really started the culture war wasn't us. It was them disrespecting us. When they said, if you don't like this new Star Wars movie, you're a racist, bigoted, homophobic, misogynistic, alt-right Yahtzee, piece of shit, and we don't want you in. That is what started the culture war. It was not us. We didn't go around attacking people for the sake of attacking people. No, it was the companies that we supported for years and years and decades, gave thousands, tens of thousands of dollars to these people. We made them who they are. They able to do what they do because we gave them all this money and support for years. And when they spat in our faces, calling us every name in the book, that is what started the culture war. Why the fuck do I have to keep explaining to these fucking weirdos on the internet? We did not start this shit. They did. If they would have just kept doing what they do and kept giving the fans what they want, we would have kept giving them money, everybody would have been happy. But no, they couldn't help themselves. They just had to attack. They couldn't take any criticism, and that's why we're here. And let's look at that weirdo's profile. It's exactly what you expect it to be. And it says, 22, cis, bi, he, him, okay, retarded, dyslexic, another retard disorder. I tweet about whatever I care about, usually urbanism, gaming, and sports. Trans rights are human rights, and no, they are not. I don't consider science experiments to be human beings, so I don't believe those creatures deserve human rights. They should be locked up in a cage in a mental hospital and given conversion therapy. I said this plenty of times before, those things are not human. Anyway, these are the weirdos that these companies want to appeal to. These 22-year-old, they, them, autistic, gender fluid, dyslexic, autism, retard disorder type of people that have no money. They are broke. How many times do we have to tell you this? This isn't going to do a huge boost in revenue. Just make a sequel. This is one of the biggest indie games ever. Make a sequel. Honestly, we should have had a trilogy by now. But you want to appeal to these nasty, disgusting, inhuman, homosexual freak show. It is what it is, man. I'm not interested in booting up Terraria. I haven't even thought about the game in years. But this is a turn off for me. And if I'm being honest, a lot of people aren't going to just stop playing the game. Because if you're already playing it, then you're going to continue playing it. This game isn't as big as it was before, obviously. It came out a long time ago. So, nothing else much to say. So, Terraria, go fuck yourself.